My name is Deja, for those who don't know. So this is a get ready with me video. So I'm heading off to a bridal shower in a few minutes. Need to get ready and look nice. Okay, anyways, let's just start. I'll try my best to link anything that I'm using for my makeup. One of my videos that I was going to explain like my process and how I got out here in Sacramento. I know a lot of people have those kinds of questions, and I'm in my 20s, so a lot of people have questions about moving out and like how to do it and stuff. Everyone's experience is of course going to be different, and I know mine was different too. So basically how it happened was I knew that if I was going to move, I needed to find a job. So one of the first things I ended up doing was trying to look for a job. I looked into some areas, and also knowing that I wanted to be close to people that I knew, so that way the transition from moving out of my parents' home wouldn't be that big of a transition. And so what I ended up doing was I started looking for jobs closer further out, where I would be able to not be too far. And I knew that if I moved, I wanted to be somewhere in middle ground. That way I wasn't spending so much money on trying to make my way out here. So I basically ended up finding a job that was a midway point. So I ended up finding a job, and also just to like say, God had a major part into even being able to move out. So I do have to say that, because like I wouldn't have been able to do it without him. So I do just want to say that, because that is a major part of the process of me moving out. I was like, okay, I got a job, a full-time job, and from there, knowing I had a job, I had to of course look for a place. So I started looking for myself. A lot of things were just very expensive. I ended up finding someone that I can roommate with, and things were great, things were good. I don't want to talk about what happened, just because I know this person, and just for their privacy and the privacy of the story, I don't want to go too much into detail. Then I get a call that night, and I just basically things did not work out. I ended up talking with some friends. I posted on my Instagram that I was looking for a roommate, or looking if anyone knew, because I knew it was probably better to roommate. Even though I know I could survive on my own, I knew it was probably better just to roommate with someone. And so I ended up posting, and one of my friends ended up seeing that post and was like, hey, if you want to talk and stuff, we can, look into that. We ended up talking and things like that, and also because of private reasons, I'm not going to go too much into that story. But honestly, a lot of like everything was just connections through friends. And so, yeah, so that ended up happening, connection through a friend, and that's where I'm currently at right now. I am roommating with some really good friends of mine, and we've only bonded even more and more since. So I'm very grateful and appreciative for them. So that's my story. I want to talk a little bit more just about the actual process, because again, like I said, everyone's story and everyone's like way of moving out is going to be completely different. I kind of just wanted to give advice on like things you can do. Moving out on your own and getting your first car, completely different things, but I like to liken them to the same thing. But we lived in this small town, and so before then, I was working full-time at Amazon, and I ended up quitting when we moved to this small town because I did not want to work there. It was physically and mentally straining on me, and I ended up working a part-time job when we moved to this small town, which was fine because I was still living at home, didn't really have any responsibilities, so I mean it was fine. My parents worked full-time. They commuted really fall. So I knew that like I wasn't gonna be able to rely on my parents for transportation. I feel like my makeup is not makeuping because of the fact that winter is so cold and I just can't get my makeup to melt the way I want it to. I'm gonna try. This is supposed to be the full glam. You guys said on TikTok, I did a poll and you guys said that majority of people said they wanted a full glam. So I'm trying to deliver. Also, I am working with what I have. I ended up basically getting my own car. But even when I got my car, I knew I had to save up money so that I can have a down. It's the same thing when you're moving out. You need a job and you know you got to save up. And you have to have a job where you know consistency, you're going to be paid consistent. Like you're going to know your consistent income. Okay, this is obviously not the best angle. You could definitely see the double chin is double chinning. Basically, so yeah. So I had to just start saving off of these jobs that I started working at. It's the same thing with when you're moving out. You literally have to start saving when you start your full-time job or when you start whatever job you're gonna get. It takes a lot of research, guys. It takes like a lot of looking into things and making sure that you have everything mapped out as far as money-wise. But when you do it right, it's not that bad and it's not that stressful. Once I got my car, you know, there's just other things that you got to think about, like insurance and gas, right? It's the same thing with moving out. You got to think about, how am I going to feed myself? You can't rely on anyone else now. So I really don't like this angle, but we're gonna go with it. I hate it, but we're gonna go with it. You have to think about, how am I gonna feed myself? I have to think about food, stuff I didn't even think about at the time, like toilet paper. Girl, you need your toilet paper. Like, you gotta think about things like that. Essentials like dishwash, soap, getting your laundry done. It's a lot to consider, but when you plan accordingly and things like that, it's not as stressful as it sounds sometimes. You just have to really make sure that you're thinking about all these things before you go and move out. I'm not good at savings, but I do think if you can save, do it. I'm not good at that. I try my best to save, but I'm not perfect. There's always, emergencies can happen. And so it's just really good to think about a plan and think about like, okay, I need to save because anything at any given time can happen. So I hope that kind of helped. If you have like any other questions, I mean, I just like to help, but also I know that no one really asked for this video. I just like to help, and if it did help, awesome. Let me know if it did, because that would at least make me feel like it wasn't just for nothing. Moving out is hard. But if you map out things right, it'll work out. I really want to start doing travel videos, like traveling and stuff like that, because it's something that I, of course, enjoy. I literally don't know. I wish I was like Instagram, TikTok, or YouTuber famous so I can like post something and be like, what color should I do? Because I don't know what I'm gonna even wear. So I like want to do pink, because that's like what the card got sent in, was a pink, so I might just do that because I want to fit her theme. But I'm also like, I do not know what to do for eye makeup looks, because I never do like extravagant ones. So I'm just like, like what do I even do? I basically every day is like concealer, like a little bit of brows, like eyeliner and blush, or mascara and blush. Like that's my everyday. Okay, so this is the finished look. I'm gonna do my hair and then I'll show you guys my hair in the fit when I'm done. Hair is done. This is the look. It's just very simple, but I wanted to like elevate it and put some jewelry on. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get ready to take off. Again, thank you for watching. If you watched, this is the fit. So cool. All right, I will see you guys in the next video.